you are not striving, you are not improving your life in the eyes of Allah, in the nearness of Allah. You are not doing so. It doesn't make a difference. In Surah Nisa, 24 Surah and Ayah 37 Ayah, it says in that Ayah that men are those who, when they do business, they do not forget the remembrance of Allah and establish the Salah. They don't forget. So Allah is mentioning in the Quran that you can do business. The business is not wrong for you. But you must not forget the Salah and the remembrance of Allah. This is mentioned in the Quranic ayats. So if you love more them as compared to Allah and His Messenger, love for Allah and His Messenger and doing jihad in His way, so Allah says, فَتَرَبَّصُوا حَتَّى يَأْتِيَ اللَّهُ بِأَمْرِهِ. And the last, one, this وَمَسَاكِنَ تَرْضَوْنَهَا, and the places that you live, the residences that you live in. There is an ayat in the Quran, reference is 32, Surah Sajda 32:26 ayat. It says, does it not teach them how many cities we destroy before them, in whose places they move about? Surely in it are ayahs, signs who listen. Meaning there are places of the people who lived before us. They were destroyed, the cities were destroyed because of their conduct, their behavior. They were destroyed by, recently, not long time back, in Balakot they came. If you go and look at the places, you are moving about the same place where people are drowned. The earthquake came. So here Allah is saying the same thing, that the places other people are living now. So Allah has destroyed them. So why? Because you love more or other things than what Allah and His Messenger and doing jihad or striving in His cause. If you will not do, if you will not amend, the result is فَتَرَبَّصُوا. Allah says wait. Wait for what? For His action to come. The punishment. Surah Al-Anfal 8 and Ayah 72. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَهَاجَرُوا وَجَاهَدُوا بِأَمْوَالِهِمْ وَأَنفُسِهِمْ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَالَّذِينَ آوَوا وَنَصَرُوا أُولَٰئِكَ بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَلَمْ يُهَاجِرُوا مَا لَكُمْ مِنْ وَلَيَتِهِمْ مِنْ شَيْءٍ حَتَّى يُهَاجِرُوا وَإِنِ اسْتَنْصَرُوكُمْ فِي الدِّينِ فَعَلَيْكُمُ النَّصْرُ إِلَّا عَلَىٰ قَوْمٍ بَيْنَكُمْ وَبَيْنَهُمْ مِيثَاقٌ وَاللَّهُ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ بَصِيرٌ. Surely those who believe, who migrate and jahadu, they strive with their wealth and with their psyche, the souls or the selves, in the way of Allah, and those who give shelter and help them, they are protectors of one another. And those who believe and do not migrate in belief, it is not a duty for you to protect them from anything until they migrate. And if they seek your help in the judgment, that is to Al-Islam, to attain peace, then the duty over you is to help them. Except over the people, there is a covenant between you and them of not helping in the judgment. Allah is in sight with what you do. You see, all these ayahs that we have read, most of the ayahs is regarding your own soul or the self or the psyche. So he says, those who believe, those people who are believing, وَهَاجَرُوا. You see, first we have to believe and then we have to migrate. Migrate is not from one country to another country. There is a situation that when you migrate from one country to another country also. But in the Quranic ayahs, if you look in the context of the text, there is a migration in belief. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَهَاجَرُوا. Surely those who believe and they migrate. Migrate in belief. وَجَاهَدُوا بِأَمْوَالِهِمْ. And then they strive with their wealth. وَأَنفُسِهِمْ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. And with their nafs, their psyche, their soul, or their selves in the way of Allah. Meaning, first you have to believe, then you have to migrate. Because once you believe, once you in a particular situation, you may be practicing something wrong. After you look at the ayahs, you came to know that you were doing wrong. So now you believe that I was doing wrong. So I have to migrate, meaning you have to leave off. You have to leave that thing and you have to amend, you migrate. Then say, what you have to do? You have to do jaddo-jahad or jihad or strive with your wealth. Whatever the wealth Allah has provided with you, out of 100, 80 is yours, 20 is for the categories. You have to strive with your wealth, the wealth that Allah has given to you. Then you have to strive with your souls or your psyches. Meaning your psyche was apprehended by the devil, the shaitan. He has educated you in the beginning. All the people, mankind, before we read the Quranic ayahs, we have been educated by the Satan. He is in charge of us. Mostly the understanding that we are brought up by the norms or the standards given by the shaitan. So now, after you came to know, you believe, you migrate, you strive with your wealth, and you strive with your souls and selves in the way of Allah. And in the way of Allah is the do's and the don'ts, or the governing ayahs or the muhkamat ayahs that you have to follow, that you have to do. That is the behavior of the believers. And further it says, وَالَّذِينَ آوَوْا وَنَصَرُوا. And then the third aspect of those people is that they help those who and shelter people. Those who have attained this. Many people have believed, number one. They have migrated, number two. They are doing jaddo-jahad, jihad with their wealth and with their souls. These people are helping others. And they give shelter to others, other people. They are ba'zum, ulaika ba'zum awliya ba'z. They are protector of each another. Meaning, I am helping you, you are helping me. I am a protector of you, you are a protector of me. It's vice versa. But the four things you have to do, I have to do the same. We are each other's protectors. They are helping each other. In this context, we are a protector of each other. Now it says, Allah says, وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَلَمْ يُهَاجِرُوا. And those who believe and do not migrate, meaning lip service, that they are those who believe and do not migrate, مَا لَكُمْ مِنْ وَلِيَتِهِمْ مِنْ شَيْءٍ حَتَّى يُهَاجِرُوا. Those who believe and do not migrate, it is not a duty for you to protect them from anything. So you cannot be a protector of those people who believe but do not migrate. They don't migrate, they just believe. Meaning they keep on doing the same thing where they were. After ayahs were told to them, they listened to the ayahs, they practice the same. They did not migrate, but they believe. They say this is right, this is right, this is good, this is correct. But they are stuck up in their own fancies. They don't change, they don't migrate. So Allah says, you are not a protector of those who do not migrate. And those who believe and do not migrate and believe, it is not a duty for you to protect them from anything until they migrate. And if they seek your help in the judgment, then it is duty over you to help them. Meaning if they come to you and ask for a judgment of their lives or any situation, and if you know the Quranic ayat, any judgment, you help them. That you can do. In the context of helping people in the judgment, even if they are not migrating, people who are not migrating, you will not protect them, but you can help them in the judgment so that they come to know what is the correct aspect of a particular situation. Just tell them the situation is this is your situation, this is the judgment, this is the ayat. But you will not protect them. You will not protect them since they are not migrating. But you can help them in the judgment. But there is another condition further is that further, except over the people, there is a covenant between you and them sometimes there is a covenant between the non-believers and the believers that you will not, for example, if I am living in a country or in a place where suppose these are Christians living nearby, I expect them, I invite them, they can invite our believers at their place. But after some time, they told me that this is you should not invite our people. They come and tell me, Mr. Muhammad Sheikh, you will not invite my people or our people. Suppose I'm just trying to tell you something that you must understand what's going on. So this community says to me, Christian community, you will not invite our people to your lectures. You must have a covenant. So I will not go and make sure they will not. I will not, because there's a covenant. We will not invite your people and I will not invite their people. So there's a covenant between the binding. Like in certain countries, in communist country, there was a time that the Russians made a law that no publicly lectures of the Muslim community. In the hall, you can talk to your own people. You will not talk to our people. So where there is a covenant, you are not supposed to talk or educate the Quranic ayahs to them. So you will not help them also. But so this whole ayat is in this condition. First of all, those who believe and migrate, and then they strive, do jihad or struggle with their wealth and with their souls. These people, the duty on them is to help those or give shelter to those who migrate. So they are each other protector to each other. They protect each other. And if people who believe but do not migrate, then you don't protect them, but help them if they seek a judgment from you in a particular situation. You can help them. But you will not help those whom you have a covenant with these people that you will not assist our people, you will not give them judgment or you will not educate them, our people will not come to you and your people will not come to us. So in this connection, if there is a treaty going on, then you will not help each other. Otherwise, you should be a protector of each other. This ayat is referring to this thing. And Allah knows what inside what you do, He knows. Surah Saf 61 and ayah 9. هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون. It is He who has sent His messenger with guidance and with the judgment of the truth, so that He make it obvious of his every deen judgment, and even those who associate with Him dislike it. Now in this ayah, this ayah is repeated 3 times in the Quranic ayah, exactly almost the same except little bit difference. It says He has sent His messenger, Allah has sent His messenger with the guidance. This is the duty of the messenger. One of the duties of the messenger is that he is sent with guidance and with the judgment of the truth, so that he make it obvious on every judgment of his. What are the judgments of Allah in the Quran? There are many judgments laid down in the ayahs of Quran. For example, establish the salah is one judgment. Is one judgment, right? So this judgment is mentioned in the Quran. So the messenger came with guidance and with the judgment of the truth. He came with the judgment of the truth. All the ayahs are the judgment of the truth, so that he make it obvious. He make it obvious to the people that this is judgment. This truth is. The judgment of the truth is, every judgment is the truth. He make it obvious that every judgment is the truth. That is the purpose of the messenger. All the judgments are laid down in the ayahs of the Quran. So the messenger came and he made every judgment of Allah obvious. He make it obvious, every judgment of Allah, that this is the truth. This was the duty of the messenger. And I give you an example that, for example, in most of the world, people are marrying. I'm giving an example because messenger had many wives, right? You know this. So he did it. He gave an example. He married them, and he gave the perfect example that this polygamy is right. But now if the doctors and the scientists do researches, they will come to this conclusion that this is right. So this is what the messenger is supposed to do. What he reads the Quran, he delivers the message, and he gives the practical example and practice on it. And he gives the best example in doing so. So he make it obvious that this judgment is right. Every judgment in the Quran is do's and the don'ts that are written in the Quran. He practice them. He make it obvious to the people that this judgment is the judgment of the truth. This is what the duty of the messenger is. All the judgments, all the do's and the don'ts, as recorded in the Quran, is the judgment of Allah. And the messenger came to make that judgment obvious, that this is the judgment of the truth. To show it to the people that this is the truth. This is the duty of the messenger. So whatever you read in the Quran and whatever the practical example of the messenger is, that they ask you concerning menses, say to them this is a hurt. So if you do research, you will find this, yes, going near to the menses is wrong. So he make it obvious to the people, this is wrong. So you people are doing science researches, and finally they come to a conclusion that this, whatever the messenger recited, the ayahs, that was the judgment of the truth, and it has come from Allah. So all the ayahs were recited by the messenger, said by the messenger, and he made it obvious to the people that every judgment recorded in the Quran is the judgment of the truth. Adeen al-Haq. This is not that other, people have translated this verse as that he has come to overcome other religions. This is not like this. It is the this is the ayat is translated as that the messenger came to overcome other religions. No. Every judgment within if you look in the Quranic ayat, huwa alladhi arsala rasulahu bil huda. It is he who has sent out his messenger with guidance. Wa deenil haq, with the judgment of truth. Liyudhirahu, so that he make it obvious. Al-Din, over the judgment. Ad-Din here is with Alif Lam, meaning specific judgment. Kullihi, all his judgment. In total, in all the judgments in the Quranic ayahs laid down by Allah, all these specific judgments of Allah in the Quran, he made them obvious. That they are the Deenil Haq, the judgment of truth. No matter, even those or the associates, the mushriks who associate with Allah may dislike it. So this is the purpose or the duty of the messenger. And Messenger Muhammad Rasulullah and all the messenger in the Quranic, if you read the ayahs, you will see that they gave the perfect example in implementing the ayahs. Al Imran 3 and ayah 85. وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ وَهُوَ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. And whosoever seeks a deen judgment other than Islam to attain peace, then it will never be accepted from him, and he will be from the lost ones in the last. You see, in the Quran, Quran says that if anyone who will seek a judgment other than Islam to attain peace will never be accepted. And this seems to people that people are telling me that there is an ayat in the Quran, they refer to this ayat. I'm talking about the non-Muslims. There is an ayat in the Quran, you are telling me that Allah has said it in the Quran, there is la ikraha fi deen, there is no compulsion in the judgment, and then he says that if people are going to accept other than Islam as a judgment, it will never be accepted. So this is basically saying that there is a way of compulsion. You see, there is a ayat, la ikraha fi deen. There is no compulsion in the judgment. There is no force in the judgment in the judgment of Allah's ayahs. And here it says, وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا. And whosoever seeks a judgment other than Islam, it will never be accepted. So people are telling me that here Allah says that people, there is no compulsion in the judgment, and here you are telling me that other than Islam, if I will not accept, so it is like a force. You have to accept Islam, otherwise it will not be accepted. So I am telling them, if you want to attain peace, the motive is you want to attain peace. Here Islam, translate the word Islam. If you want to seek a judgment other than Islam means to attain peace, it will not be accepted. You will not feel good. If you take a decision, if you judge in your life and take a decision which is not giving you peace, Allah will not accept and you will not be happy. So other than Islam is not some religion, it is other than you attain peace. If you will not take a judgment if you are taking a judgment other than Islam to attain peace, you will not be happy. You will be hurt. You will be depressed. So it's not a force. It is like Rafiddin. Allah said like Rafiddin in that ayah. It says that truth stands clear from error. Meaning all the judgments that are laid down in the ayahs, that is good for you, better for you, guidance for you, it is good for you. So it is clear. But people yet want to suffer in the world. They want to live in misery. So if they do not take the judgment they don't take the judgment other than Islam because they want to live in misery. They are people, their brain is work like that. Their brain is like that. They want to live in hurts and feelings, and they know it's doing wrong, and still they want to they enjoy that type of living. And they say, we will see on the day of judgment, we'll burn the fire, we'll face the fire also. There are sadist sort of, masochist, sadomasochist, the people who want to hurt themselves. There are people who want to hurt others, there are people who hurt themselves. Masochist, I suppose. Masochist. They want to hurt themselves. The more you hurt themselves, the more they are happy. If you hit them, they like to get hit. So they are type psychopaths. So they are people, they don't want to live in peace. They do different things, they get hurt, badly hurt, they still do it. So there are types of people in the world. So that is what I am saying. If you want to attain peace, so that is what if people whoever seeks a judgment other than Islam to attain peace, other than to live in peace, you don't want to live in peace, it will not be accepted by Allah, you will not be happy. He will be from the lost ones in the last. In the last, he will be lost one. So what this ayat is not a compulsion, it is educating you that if you want peace, then you have to take the judgment as recorded in the Quran, that follow the do's and the don'ts. Al-Baqarah 2 and ayah 138, Sibghat Allah wa man a'su min Allahi sibgha wa nahnu lahu abidun. The dye color of Allah. And who can be more good than Allah to dye the color? We are servants for Him. The dye or the color of Allah. Who can be more good than Allah to dye the color? What is a color? Generally, dye, you understand dye, a color given to, in English you say, rango mein rage mein. You see these people who are colored, they are colorful people, there are types of people in the world, and every people in the world identify themselves by a specific behavior and a specific clothing and the wares. You can understand these are the mod class, these are the backward class, these are the eastern class, these are the western class, these are that kind of a class. All type of classes is the color of the people. The people are having different norms and they behave like in a certain manner is a description of a certain class of people. This is the color of people. So that color is being painted by the painter who has designed clothes. You start wearing certain type of clothes. There are people who behave in a certain manner, so that painter has painted them, so they behave in a certain manner. Similarly, Allah, when Allah colors people, He colors through His ayats. And if a person is controlling his nafs or psyche and his wealth and doing jihad, so his color will be all ayats. So he will be colored by Allah. So the dye of Allah, who is the first ayah is the Sibghat Allah, the dye or the color of Allah. Waman asu min Allahi sibgha. Who is more good than Allah to dye? There is no other person who can dye you or color you than Allah. If you want him to if you want him to guide you, then you expect him to dye you. Otherwise, we think we are reading the Quran, we go to certain class of people and we take guidance from them, thinking they are guiding towards Allah. They may not be guiding towards Allah. So you may have the color of that man. So there are people who have painted many people with their own colors. So people you can by face you paint this belong to certain group, this person belongs to certain group, this person belongs to certain group. So you have got colors of people in the world. Characteristics, personality, behavior, and all these people are trying to give you this kind of characteristics. So now if you want Allah to color you, you must remember the ayahs, you must govern your personalities, and you educate people. That is the purpose. Then you know that Allah has painted you. This is how you will come to know how Allah has painted you. If no ayat comes out from you, if nothing comes out and no practices comes out from you, so this is not Allah's color on you. So Allah dyes people whom He wills, who knows that whom He wills. So finally, I end my lecture by quoting last ayat. قُلْ أَتُحَاجُّونَنَا فِي اللَّهِ وَهُوَ رَبُّنَا وَرَبُّكُمْ وَلَنَا أَعْمَالُنَا وَلَكُمْ أَعْمَالُكُمْ وَنَحْنُ لَهُ مُخْلِصُونَ. So the behavior of these people is the color of Allah's behavior of the color of Allah on the people is defined further. Say, do you reason with us concerning Allah that He is our Lord and your Lord, and our works are for us and your works are for you, and we are sincere for Him. Meaning our works are for us, your works are for you, and we are sincere to Him. This is Allah says, say to these people. So if a person is dye, if Allah has colored the man, so he will know the ayahs, he will understand the ayahs, he will talk about the ayahs, he will implement the ayahs. That is the color of Allah on him. And he will say, my work is to me and your work is to you. Whatever you are doing is you are doing. And my work is what I am doing is my doing. He's not afraid because he knows that Allah has dyed him. So you must know how Allah is dyeing or giving a color to a man by his Quranic ayahs. The governing ayahs, the do's and the don'ts. Those do's and the don'ts of the governing ayahs, you must know them, you must practice them, you must implement them. Now I end my lecture by just summarizing what you have heard, that jihad or jihad means to strive or struggle, and we all are struggling in this world, or we are striving in this world for a specific aim, all mankind. So Muslim has an aim in life that he wants to please Allah, he wants to enter garden, and he wants to live in this world in peace. That is the aim of a Muslim. So to attain that, he must look into the Quranic ayahs and he has to jihad. He has to do jihad or strive or struggle. And once he know how to struggle and jihad, he looks at the do's and the don'ts of the Quranic ayahs, or you can say they are the governing ayahs, in which are the muhkamat ayahs, which are telling you what to do in the world and what not to do. So a believer or a Muslim for Allah, he look at these ayahs, he makes sure that he implements them, seeking good pleasures of God on the day of judgment and seeking garden on the other side, and here rejecting them, and here living in peace. These people, there are people who will not accept, they are rejectors. So Allah says the greatest jihad, the biggest jihad is, or the biggest striving is to reject, not to obey the rejectors, not to obey those who reject. And rejector is a person who listen to the ayahs, who understand those ayahs, and then he reject. So Allah said, do not obey the rejectors and then jihad with them or strive with them with the Quranic ayahs, with the do's and the don'ts or the muhkamat ayahs of the governing ayahs with them. And that is jihad kabira, jihadan kabira. That is the biggest jihad, that the biggest strive. So we all should look carefully who are those people who are rejecting the ayahs, so that you can do the jihad kabira, the biggest jihad. Do not obey them, and then do the jihad, the greatest jihad. I end by this. So any question and answer session.